I want to be very clear about one thing. We absolutely love making single-player games, and we're going to keep making them. They're a huge part of who we are as a studio.
But Sony prefers games as a service, because more money, less effort.
But next to that, we also had this long-standing dream to try to do something different.
No, you don't want to make something new, something different. You have to make what the people in charge tell you to make.
Our own take on how you can explore the world of Horizon together as a team of machine hunters. It's something new, it stands on its own, but it's also still very much Horizon.
So it's not something new. It's just like saying that the inventors of chess made a new game that is totally different, but all they did, they made a new chess game with different colors. Instead of black and white, now they are purple and green.
All across the land, people are dying. That's why our leader gave me this command. We have...
Another year, another game as a service from Sony. Sony used to have a lot of games for everybody. Now they invest all their money in the games as a service, helping a gay dude find love in Spider-Man 2, and making a trans Assassin's Creed game. You're trying to make a scary and dramatic story with this type of facial expressions and animations and bright colors. It is cringe and it doesn't work.
Soldiers who always hold the line.
The first hero is a generic black old dude.
And mercenaries who may have crossed it now and then.
Next we have the generic fat chick. For real? You live in a world that's full of danger all the time. I also don't think it's that easy to find food. How is she fat? How? Is this the first time in her life that she's running? There's no way you can run that fast and that much every day and still be fat, have no bone issues, and not be hit. I mean, there's so many arrows, but not even one touches her. She is huge. How bigger of a target do you need? You are basically attacking a wall. Also, why does she run? Apparently she can fight them without issues. Maybe because her shield was on cooldown or whatever. Even so, why would I want to play with a character like this? I mean, sure, maybe at first to make fun of her, but then it's boring. I mean, what happened with having cool and beautiful characters?
Infiltrators who hide in the dark.
A generic Asian girl. Did you notice that all the games must have one of each? And I seriously don't understand why they were so close to fighting each other.
And champions who shine in the light.
For a world that's supposed to be in danger, why is everybody so happy? And why is their movement so random?
Upstarts whose stories are just beginning.
Next we have Tarzan Boy here that also has some random movements that makes no sense.
And legends looking for one last shot.
And of course Grandpa, because we have to have old people. We don't want to offend them by not putting them in the game.
The last line of defense for those who need it most. Made up of the greatest hunters in the land. This is Hunter's Gathering.
Okay, everybody in this village is fat. So not only that there's no food shortage, it was also no danger and no reason for them to fight or even hunt for food. How can a whole village be this fat?
So yes, we're going with a very different look here, and that's very much by design.
A very gay design.
Some things are going to be polished, others are still going to change. And that's exactly why we want to bring you in this early. So stay tuned till the end, because we want to invite you to come and help playtest the game with us and be part of giving the game its final shape.
Hi, I'm Ryan Buck, Game Director at Gorilla.
There is nothing you can change about this game to make it interesting. And also, why does the game director look like the old dude in the game?
In our first playtest, you'll be able to play as Rem, Sun, and Axel, 3 hunters with very different approaches.
Why do they always use those type of pants for old people? And what's with those reactions?
Very different approach.
They're not intimidating. They're not dramatic. They're nothing. They're very cartoonish. They talk so much about survival, about how everything is so dark. But then they show these goofy characters with colors that I think they used every color that they had.
And when you start a mission, you pick and prepare your hunter. Each has very different melee, range playstyles, and weapons.
They do not know how to make good combat anymore. The character flashes all over the place, you barely seem to do any damage, and there's a lot of different animations and colors on the screen. They say that this game is skill based. How can you do anything skilled in the game if everything flashes and there's colors all over the place? This is a mobile game made for children.
You'll be able to explore 4 large and very different environments at launch, each with its own look, its own atmosphere, its own challenges for your squad to master.
What look and atmosphere? They all look the same. You can barely see a difference.
At the center of it all is the Hunter's Gathering. This is where you upgrade your gear, tweak your loadout, and team up for the next hunt. It is also just a fun place. For example, you can hang out in your own customizable campsite and then head back into the wilds.
Let's get out there.
Does this make it look like a survival game? Everything looks like you're going to a pool party instead of a fight for survival of your species. They are trying so hard to tell me that this is a serious game with survival, very competitive, skill based, but then they show me some goofy stuff in a chill area, where nobody is acting like a fight will start soon.
In Machine Incursion, you fight to stop a large-scale machine assault on the tribes.
Here we go.
With your squad, you plan and coordinate which randomized power-ups to collect before facing a relentless boss machine.
Work together, win together.
Time is limited, with a violent storm closing in that cuts down your options to get stronger.
So this is what Sony does with the money made from the games that you love. All these years you supported the single player games that were fun. PlayStation used to have so many different games, but now apparently they only make mobile games. They want that Fortnite money, but with shittier characters. But even when they are making single player games, they are more interested in not offending some people instead of making fun games. So I'm 100% sure PlayStation will never recover. Because this is the future they want. This is the future they choose. They do not care about single player games anymore. They do not care about having a lot of different games. They just want to make multiplayer slop, and that's all. Seriously now, you buy a PlayStation 5 that's supposed to compete with the PC. Maybe you even have a PlayStation 5 Pro that's very expensive, but Sony gives you a mobile game? Don't get me wrong, I think it's a bad idea to only make AAA games. I think it's okay to make smaller games, but not mobile slop. I mean, why do I even need a PlayStation 5 to play this? Or whatever, it's not an issue that you make smaller games, but make them single player games. But no, why make a fun game when you can make a game that has to have all the different races, all the different disabled people, and some multiplayer slop, because yeah, that's what makes a game fun. At this point I think Sony will destroy all their IPs. Because new IPs like Concord will fail, and they cannot make the old ones good because they're problematic. Because they don't have a disabled person, fat person, black, Asian and whatever. And that's what's important, not the gameplay, not the characters. It's all about the oppression, that's what's important. Yeah, I hope Sony goes bankrupt. Just like Ubisoft.